Hello, John Dilworth here, and I'm working on scene 138. And there's some things I wanted to share. Here's just a preview of the shot. And it's Jim stealing a van, so there goes his morals, and waving Flecke over, and they jump in, and it's goodbye. But there was a nice little bit of business and planning that I thought I'd give you an example of. And I had Flecke coming in from off camera, and it's the traditional guide. And let me see if I could bring this up for you so we can take a better look at it. So there's the guide, and I broke it down simple enough by time. And I had a number of drawings that I needed to get this business over, so I just gridded it out. And these marks indicate the number of drawings. See, there's 6. And so I had, and 12. So I had 1 second to get this puppy in camera and into the van. So totally straightforward. But creating a guide made this animation so much more manageable. And the way I like doing it is I'll do the largest shapes or forms first and plot them out. And when you have something like so bouncy like this, it's really quite simple because you hit the highs and the lows and you're going in perspective, so the size is going to diminish as you go further away. So once I did that, once I got these shapes in order and looked at their distortions of form, when you're high, things at the apex, things tend to get stretched out, and then you collapse on the bottom, and you have this type of thing. And then the next thing I would do is I break down all the little parts. So here I would just do, let's say for instance, I would do the front legs only and pass the front legs through the whole business. And then I would do the back legs and I would pass the back legs through the whole business. And the point is not to have a mirror effect of all these wonderful appendages. Each one moving very differently, and because I'm treating them differently, they're not the same. These two somewhat, but one's foreshortened, so that gives it an interesting, and you see even when they come off, the idea is to treat things individually, not as one unit. That would be dull. And so after I do the legs, I would think, what's the next? You could either do the tail or the ears. And I chose to do the ears, and I did them one at a time. First the left one, all the way through, because it would have its own fluidity. And then I did the right one. And you see that they are different. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. So I just wanted you to see this closer. You see the ears, they're not moving the same way together. Why should they, right? Because they're two different pieces. Now, of course, expediency, you want to get something over fast and you couldn't be bothered, let's say, or whatever. There are other reasons. But we're making art, and art is the attention to details. And I'm not going to say that the attention to details is limited only to our art. Let's say there are beliefs that our whole living is an art, and the details that comprise our days or even our hours are just like the separating of these elements of Flecke. So then after all that noise, I did the tail. And the tail was quite simple. And even then I tried to vary the action. let's say some tails are higher at the apex and lower at others, so that we have a overall more unique experience. And so that's what we're looking for in this very short period of time, a unique experience. So why does that go so far? Oh, right, because I have to animate this part here. The truck does spin out. So there it is. I thought I'd share that with you because it's one of those classic examples of animation fundamentals, right? How to plot action. But here it really, it really works. Until next time, stay animated.